Hi, everyone, and welcome to another live trading series. We're almost at episode 100. A bit of a short one today. I don't have that much time. I'm going to be showing you my credit spreads, just trading and managing credit spreads on Netflix and Tesla. I'll be showing you my P&L for the ones I sold last week, and then maybe opening new ones in front of you here on Interactive Brokers and Questrade. Before we get started, if you're interested in joining a Discord where we talk to about 90 other options traders in Canada and I think like 10 from the US, I'll leave a link to the Patreon. Also, I'll leave a link to Interactive Brokers. If you're interested in joining, I am switching my entire account to Interactive Brokers. What I like is that they offer a paper trading account. So I opened a normal account with $100. And they give you a paper trading account with $1 million that I use to simulate some trades. And I could just show you some of the trades that I'm doing now. So if we go into the portfolio, you could see a few weeks ago I opened SPY puts, and if you've held on to them or if you've been following along, I am down to $13,000 out of a potential, I think, $38,000. I am down a lot of money on those. I am going to close the March puts, and then I'm going to keep the June ones open. So with the March puts, what I do like is that there's a button called close. So you don't have to figure out, do I have to buy, do I have to sell? So you can click close, and then you could just do a market order and do submit sell order to make sure you've done it correctly. I bought these, so in order to close them, you have to sell, but it kind of helps you. It kind of does it for you. So you could submit sell order and realize that loss. So your order has been filled. I just realized an $8,000 loss. Again, this is my paper trading account. So if we want to go into just some credit spreads, what I'm going to do is probably simulate I think I want to do like 245. So if we kind of go back, so the last time it was at 245 was a long time ago. If you're interested in just playing around with prices, or if you don't have a brokerage account, you can go into barchart.com and then you can play around with like the dates you want and see how much you can make, how much you can sell. So right now I'll be going for, I think, 245 and 265. So if I sell 10 spreads on each, 20 strike wide times 10 times 100, because it's 100 shares per contract. So it'll be a $20,000 max loss for around 8 or 9 days of risk. So, I think Tesla would need like a 15% increase for it to breach. Tesla's at 207 right now. A 15% increase would bring us to 238, which is still under like the 245 that I'm going to. So if I do 1.2, okay, so like 18% would be needed for it to breach. Again, so I do have Interactive Brokers. What is that thing called? Their trader workstation. I haven't been using it yet. I'm just trying to get familiar with. Just with their platform online. So what you want to do, you can search Netflix up at the top. You can click on Options Chain instead of the chart. Click on Options Chain. You can select the date of expiration. So we'll go March 10th. Let's do Tesla first. We'll do Tesla here, Options Chain, March 10th. You can see the delta you'd like. So usually I go 15 delta. I think that's one standard deviation. That's the Tasty Trade way, but they do 45 day to expiration. In this market, I don't want to do longer than 14 days, to be honest. So I'm kind of modifying their trades, their strategy a little bit. So we'll scroll down to the 245. Should net us at least $1, which is what I'm looking for. And so this is the 10 delta, so a little better. I don't feel comfortable going closer. Maybe I could go closer to the money. 245. Let's go 245. So I will sell this one. Notice how you can hover over the buy or sell. So I'm selling this first. And then I will be buying for protection. We could go even 275. This will be like a $30,000 wide, $30,000 potential max loss. So I want at least $1,000 a week. So this is what I'll be doing. So 129 minus 25 will give me at least $1,000. What I do like, it kind of shows you your delta, your P&L, charts it out for you. It tells you your probability of success. So 92%, which is not too shabby. And then you can click order at the top. I'm going to do 10 of these. And I'll just do at market just to simulate. You can preview just to see what it looks like. It'll tell you the max amount. So I think I'll be getting around $985. Your margin will change by 35,000-ish. And then we can override it. You're trying to submit an order without having market data for this instrument. That's fine. So I think my information is a little delayed. override and transmit. Your order is pending and it should fill. I don't know why it's not filling right away, but it should fill. We'll just go done. We can do the same thing for Netflix. NFLX. Netflix on the NASDAQ. I'll click options chain. And then we could select something, I think like 10% out of the money for next week. Netflix, not as volatile, doesn't offer as much premium. So if we go 10% out of the money, which would be like 350, 360, you'll notice there's not much to be had here, like 69 cents. I'm trying to aim for at least like 1,000 a week or 1,000 for this contract. So we could probably go 350 and go 370 for protection, 20 strike wide. Order, we can change our order number here. So I'll be doing 15 in this case. Preview. This is around 1,300 US, which should be, so this is like 10 days to expiration. It kind of tells you over here. So just like quick math in my head, it might be 1,000 for 1 week. And then we'll see our margin change by a certain amount. This order is pending. So we see here, we have a little red dot, so it should tell me if my trades have gone through. I'm wondering why it doesn't get filled right away. So let's see what our trades look like. Order and trades. These are pending. We can check back later to see if they have filled, but I will show you how to do this on Questrade as well. If we go to Questrade, hopefully it didn't log me out. No, it didn't. Okay, so I have the Tesla vertical ready to go here. So for Questrade, at the top left, you could click on your ticker. Let's just load it up. And then if we click options, I like the user interface a little more. If you've been following me for a while, I really like the Questrade UI. I don't like the Interactive Brokers one. It is a little confusing. It's just not intuitive, but that's just me. So I just like the dates. Everything kind of lined up right here. The deltas are a little different, which is weird. Like I don't understand the difference. So if we look at the 245, 275 here. What did I sell? 245, 275. See here, this one states, okay, this has 12 delta, the other one was 10, which is fine. So this one is a little different. I like looking at the calls and puts, but if you want to see a vertical or different strategies, you can kind of line them up. But I just like seeing the individual accounts a little separately, and then it'll pull up on the right actually. So here I have my 10 vertical calls. I'm selling the 245. I'm buying the 265. So it's netting me under 1,000. So if we go like this, I have my $30,000 max loss because it's 275 minus 245. So 30 strike wide times 100 per contract, selling 10 contracts. So $30,000 max loss. If I make $1,000 on this, so I am netting 3% for 10 days. Hopefully I can close it a little early. We'll kind of see what happens. Let's submit this trade for next Friday. Today's February 28th. Also, if you'd like, you can see the Greeks here. You can just click more Greeks. You can see the information here. So this is like a 10. So I think it's like 90% chance of success. I will go market. And then we will submit this order, netting me $990 US. So my margin is $30,000 minus the $990 I made. So $29,000. Let me show you what I've been doing on Netflix. So Netflix, I did have this one open. Take a look at, if we just group it by strategy. Come on. Okay, this is what I've had. I opened it 4 days ago, so this would be Friday, February 26th, I believe. So I sold a 7-day to expiration vertical spread, 340, 360, 11 contracts, so 20 strike wide times 11, $22,000 max loss. I'm over 50% profitable on this. I think I'll just let it ride. I don't necessarily have to close this out, to be honest. If we look here, Man, Netflix does really move sometimes, like 315 to 327 in just one day. I don't really understand that. It does seem to be going down after earnings. It kind of mooned a little bit. So 380 was the max. I am going to be calling. I am shorting Netflix. I've been shorting it for a while. So what I'm going to do is just like create this order. I'm not going to buy to close. I'm going to let this ride to the end. That is risky. But, oh, there we go. It just filled. That's fine. Let's go market. I am going to sell an additional 7 days while it's still open. Let's see if we get 345, 350. See how much we can make with 350. Yeah, it's not that much. We could go 350, 370. How risky do we want to go? Let's see. Netflix. If we just see the delta on this. So let's see the 345, 365. And I do have enough buying power to sell 15. What is this? 345. It's the 21 delta. That is pretty close. That's too close for me. So I'm going to go further out, make less money. I do try to aim. Yeah, I want at least like $1 per contract per spread, but that's not happening here. So we'll do this for now. So I'm going to let the other one expire worthless, hopefully, if I have to manage. This is risky. Ideally, you don't want... I'm too deep in Netflix right now if I do these trades, but it's just like a risk that I take, which is fine. So I'm getting $12.90 for this one. So $30,000 max loss because I'm going 20 strike wide. So 370 minus 350. Whoops. Oh my God. 370 minus 350, 20 strike wide times 100 because it's 100 shares per contract times 15, $30,000 max loss. And I'm making $12.90. So this is 4.3% for 10 days. If I annualize that, no, if I do it monthly, I don't know, what would this be, like 12% per month if I could do it. But I might close this at 50% profit. Hopefully it decays pretty quick. We'll see what happens with Netflix over the next couple days. So I'm going to submit this. So I made, let's say, $13.50 on the other one, $12.50 on this one. A decent week if these can be successful. So let me see if I can pull up my current Tesla credit spread just for reference. Okay, so I do have my Tesla credit spreads open. I did the same thing for Tesla as I did with Netflix. Tesla is a little more risky, so that's why I didn't go 15. But if you take a look at the one that's 3 days to expiration, I'm like almost 50% profitable. I sold 235, 265. It is decaying nicely, I guess, even though I'm dealing with a lot more gamma since there's only 3 days left. But I've been trying to aim for 1,000 a week, so hopefully I can hit that with this Tesla and the other Netflix one. So I will be monitoring this. Obviously, I'm still like 15% away from this even being in trouble, but you can see I'm up with like 460 on a potential $1,000, with just 4 days. So I do like selling credit spreads. Eventually, this strategy will have to stop. I've been adjusting my strategies. I used to do strangles, which is predicting a trading range, but then it hasn't been really working out as the market's been tanking. I haven't been able to salvage or to manage anything. But yeah, so I think I'm going to end it here. I have to go back to work. Thanks for watching and tune into the next one.